Hello, everybody. Eric Faust of Camper Techs coming at you from Paradise Puma. Hey, I wanted to go over a couple things. For those of you who've been in the business or just getting into the business, I'm going to share a few things about what I've learned over the years and what the masters have taught me. And it's called, and we hate use the word upselling, because that's, it just gives the connotation of a used car salesman. No, never use the word upsell. I like to think of the word as opportunity. Now think about it. Every camper coming on to your premises is going to need some type of service, whether it be a simple cleaning all the way up to slide work or even bearing repacking if your level takes you up that far. But let's start off with the quick money maker, and that is cleaning, detailing, and roof work. Every camper that comes in off the road, I don't care if it's brand new, you bought it 5 miles down the road, it's going to be dirty by the time you get it here. Well, guess what? That camper needs cleaned. There is your opportunity. Whether you or your office staff are checking them in, always have a piece of paper here. Design it, and we'll upload the forms for you, but the bullet points of why they should have their camper cleaned and protected. So when somebody comes in, let's say it's a new camper, they come off the road, they're tired, they just want to get to their camping spot. You sign them up, you get them all registered in, talk to them a little bit about, hey, you know what, I noticed that you've got a lot of bugs on your camper, you've been on the road a long time. You know what, we can clean that up, and we can make that camper look like new. We can do it while you're at the pool, or you're out just having fun on the town. We'll take care of that and get your camper looking just spick and span for you. These are our prices, and we'll be doing that. Here's an example. We'll clean your camper. We'll get all of the bugs, the algae, the green stuff, the black marks. All of that's going to come off. We're going to take care of your awning. We're going to clean your roof and reseal it and wax your camper. All for $399 while you're out. So all I need you to do is just sign right here and give me your card. We'll take care of it, and it'll be worry-free for you. Pretty much, you're taking them in and you're guiding them through the process, and you're giving them the opportunity to sign. Again, don't let them say no. Now, look, some of them are going to say no. So what do you do in that aspect? Somebody says, nah, not interested. Well, okay, that's fine, but we looked at your roof, and again, that's important. Inspect the roof. It doesn't cost anything. It's not going to cost you anything. Looked at your roof, and it was looking pretty black, and the Dicor was starting to crack, and I saw your awning, that it was dirty and moldy. That mold starts to eat through awning material, and it stinks. Again, we can take care of all that. I'm sure you've smelled it. Let's take care of all that for you, and again, get your camper looking like new. Well, I do that myself. Okay, well, that's understandable, and hey, I appreciate that. That shows that you care about your camper. But tell me, Mr. Customer, would you rather spend a few dollars and have your camper looking like new? That frees you up to where you're not a slave to your camper and you're spending your vacation cleaning it. Because after all, isn't a vacation a vacation? Why should you have to do any work when we can do it? We're set up, ready to go. And make that customer a repeat customer. It's like, wow, they did that. They didn't have to. They threw that in extra. A little bit of going the extra mile goes a long way, and the customers will appreciate it. Okay, back to opportunity. So you've cleaned their camper. It looks great. the person next to them, they're watching this. You know they are. And it gets them to thinking, God, my camper looks like crap compared to what their camper looks like. You know what? I'm interested in that. They're going to come over to you. I've had it happen many times. They're going to come over to you. Say, hey, how much would you charge me to do to my camper what they're doing to theirs? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. You know, you surely saw what was going on. You know, we cleaned everything. We got all that gunky looking crappy algae off the side. We got the black marks off the side. We dressed the tires with a UV repellent. We did the roof, and we also sprayed a protectant over that so bugs and tar won't stick nearly as much as what they used to. This camper is going to stay clean going down the road for a long time. I'm glad you asked. You know, if we did the complete package, it would be $499. Your roof would be sealed, all of the Dicor filled in. This camper would be like new on the outside. So yeah, we can get right after we're finished with this one, we can get on it. What do you think? Right? Okay. Well, just sign here and give me your credit card, and we'll get right on that. Now, again, expediency and flow are two key words. You've got to take into consideration. Look, that guy came to you, and so that means he's hot. You need to seize that opportunity right then and there. Get his signature, get his credit card, and then start in on the job. Don't put it off. Start in on it. Because activity breeds activity. You do a good job, you do a thorough job, you treat the customer right, word of mouth is going to get around. And it's kind of like the domino effect. And again, I've seen that happen here at our campground many, many times, where we've done a whole row. Because, look, I don't want my crappy looking camper next to that nice, that really nice looking camper that just rolled in. I'm going to have mine cleaned. And then the person next to them, the couple, whatever. You know what? That's a good idea. My camper's been needing that, and I don't want leaks in that. I'm going to have my roof done. You know, they're going to gather around, and they're going to watch this process. So make sure that your personnel, make sure that they're professional. Again, as I'd stated in another video, no boom boxes. You know, don't smoke and throw cigarette butts around and whatnot. Look and do a professional job. Because, again, activity breeds activity, and word is going to get out. And so if they don't all on that row come up to you the very same day, eventually they're going to call up and say, you know what, I'd like one of those camper details. You know, and you could call it what you want. You can call it camper detail. You can call camper refresh. You can call it a camper whatever. But, you know, make yourself some flyers, and we will design the flyers for you to put up out there. So you can put flyers up, hang them anywhere. And so if somebody's coming in for ice cream or whatever, and they look at that flyer, and it's like, oh, wow, yeah. And do a before and after picture. Put that on your flyer. The before camper, the after camper. That's going to get their interest. They're going to look at that and say, you know what? I need that done. Look, it's a money maker. It's the easiest money maker that you'll ever have. It's a great opportunity. So let's move into the opportunities a little bit. You've cleaned their camper, and you noticed that the caulking or the butyl on their windows was cracked. You noticed that up on the roof that their vent was cracked. You noticed that their fantastic fan, it seemed to not be working. Those are all opportunities. Take your 10-point inspection with you. Go around the camper and inspect it. Oh, they've got a cracked tail light. Let's write that down. Write everything down that you see wrong with that camper. You know what? You can even, we've done it. Hey, you know what? The frame on your camper and your tongue and bumper, they're showing a little bit of rust, as are the steps. You know, we can paint that in for you for an extra $29.95. No problem, and it'll stop that rust. Let's think about that. Oh, yeah. Who's going to turn that down? I wouldn't. So, anyhow, you go through the checklist as you're cleaning it up, and after you're done with the job, you get the customer to ooh and all over it. God, this looks great. This looks great. Well, you know what? You do have a nice camper, Mr. Customer, and it looks like you're going to keep it for a long time. Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't I? Okay, well, there are some things we need to talk about so this will last a long time. One is the butyl or the caulking around your window. That's starting to crack. We can fix all that butyl for the price of, again, you set your pricing. I noticed that you had a cracked vent. Vent cover, should I say. It's not letting rain through now, but it's gonna at any time. These covers are fragile and the UV rays eat them up, and it's something to think about. And they're not that expensive to replace. You want us to go ahead and take care of it? Yeah. Well, I noticed you also had a fantastic fan, and it didn't seem to be working. We've replaced many of those. They're a great thing to have. You want us to replace that for the price of? Yeah. Oh, and that tail light. Man, what happened there? Oh, the guy behind me at this last campground was backing up and bashed into it. Oh, man, again, used sympathy. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. There's nothing worse than that. You try to keep your camper nice and some idiot does that. Well, you know what? We keep his tail lights in stock. We can get them for you. Not a problem. We can put that on for you for the price of your building opportunity. Again, I'm going to repeat it. Activity breeds activity. So you're working on this camper, and you've gotten his credit card, and you've gotten his authorization. Again, authorization. He has to sign that, and we're going to get into talking about the paperwork in the next video. Anyhow, get his authorization, his credit card, and you're going to be inside the camper, especially if you're taking the windows apart and recaulking them or rebutling them. You can look around and see some things. It's like, hey, there might be a light up here. This is burnt out. Okay, you know what? That's a cheap fix. It's not a huge money maker, but this stuff adds up. You can, Mr. Customer, we can replace that bulb for, $21.95. And always never round off. It's an old sales, and I don't want to use the word ploy because that's a stupid word and that's a dishonest word. But it's a sales aspect psychologically. If you end your numbers in 8 or 9, the customer is going to bite on that because it sounds like it's the valued dollar below. In other words, you can do this for $21.95. The customer's going to think $21 or $21.98. The 8s at the end have been proven to make more sales than anything. It's a psychological thing, but it does work. So there are a lot of opportunities that you can seize on your campground. What you want to do, again, whatever your level is. If your personnel can't do much more than cleaning and roofs and putting a little decor on, hey, keep it at that until you build them up to the next level. And then when you get them up to that level and they're competent in what they're doing, and I'm talking about minor plumbing, minor electrical, etc. Hey, there are a lot of opportunities to sell in that area. Again, they have come to you. They've come to your campground. So take that opportunity and seize it. Also, let your customers know you can make the repairs or the enhancements or the beautifications, whatever wordsmithing you want to use, much faster than what the dealer can do. Look, they've come to you. They're on your premises. You're set up. You're ready to go. Think of the pit crew at the Indy 500. Hey, these guys are ready to go. The car's running around the track, but they're braced and ready. You need to have your personnel ready too. Take that moment and seize it, because you don't want to give up this business to the dealers. For one thing, it has been statistics have shown over the last 9 years that RV sales have increased exponentially. I don't have the exact figures in front of me, but believe me, having been in the business, they have gone through the roof. An incredible amount of people have taken to RVing and camping. They love it. They don't want to stay in motels anymore. They want to get out. They want to RV. And that's where the opportunity for us lies within. So, any repairs that have to be made. Again, I don't want to poo-poo the dealer. Don't say, God, they're crappy, they're thieves, or anything like that. Because that just gives you a bad name. But you might say, if the customer's saying, well, I was going to have this fixed at the dealer. Oh. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But did you know that they can't get anybody in for 3 months? They can't get anybody in for 6 weeks. They can't get anybody in for whatever period of time, where we can get on this right now. Because again, it's not so much about price. It's that campers want what they want when they want it. So if you have the personnel and you have the ability to be expedient on the customer's request, you're going to make a sale. Well, yeah, I was thinking the dealer was going to put that tail light in for me. But he said he couldn't get it in for 6 more weeks. Oh, we could fix it today. You can? Sure. It's no problem. Again, seize that opportunity. Take the business from the dealers. And you can do so without being a negative person. And again, don't say, oh, that crappy dealer, they're thieves, they'll rip you off, they're incompetent, they ruin everything. Don't go down that road. Just say, they're very, very busy. And, so if it's a couple weeks to get your camper in, it's probably going to be a couple more weeks before they get it fixed. You're looking to have your camper out of commission for probably a good month. And that's no exaggeration, for we can have it fixed today. What do you think? Good? All right. I just need your signature and your credit card. We'll get it taken care of. Again, opportunity. So again, use some word tracks. Create your own word tracks. Do what works for you. Use visual aids. Again, before and after pictures. You can use broken parts. You can show your customer what can happen if something goes awry, if that repair is not made. This is your opportunity to really, really expand your service center and all the services. And most importantly, it's an opportunity for you to put money in your pocket, i.e. profit. Got it? Okay, well, hey, I appreciate you hanging with me. Again, this is Eric Faust of Camper Techs. Until next time, we'll catch you then. Let's get to work.